Hello everyone, it's me, it's Mark, and I'm here with you for another live stream class. Yay! Before I do anything, I need to know if you can see me. I need to know if you can hear me. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so I know everything is A-okay. Helga says yes. Thank you, Helga. Samuel says yes. Thank you, Samuel. Lolli says yes. Thank you, Lolli. Sleepwalker says yes. Thank you, Sleepwalker. Zara, hello, Zara. Zara says yes. Hideo, hello, Hideo. Hideo says yes. Tomas is here. Tomas says yes. And Hilia. Hello, Anne. How are you today? Anne says yes. Samuel says yes. Nuran says yes. Baran says yes. You guys can see me. You can hear me. Everything is how it should be. That makes me very happy. And as you know, we always start our class with a toast. So whatever you're drinking, pick it up. I have my coffee mug, but there's no coffee today, only water. I'm sad. No. I had lots of coffee throughout the day, so I'll just drink water right now. And we will have two toasts. Yes, two toasts. Jean, hello, Jean. Our first toast is for the green team. You see them. Their names are in green. They joined the channel. They support me. They support the channel financially. So let's give the green team a big thank you. Here we go. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Our second toast, it is for you. Because without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So let's toast to you. Let's toast to a fun, interesting, informative, and productive lesson today. Cheers, bump, cheers, bump. And because we had a toast, we have to have a drink. Bottoms up. Okay, let's now talk about our lesson today, the lesson plan. We are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activities for you. We're going to start with an idiom. Yes, I'm going to write an idiom on the board, and you will make sentences using the idiom. We have a worksheet. We have example sentences done by the green team. We will look at their example sentences, and then you will make your own sentences using the idiom. After that, we have listening with a twist. It's a listening activity. After that, we have compare vocabulary pairs. So we're going to look at a pair of vocabulary items, words that are similar but different. So we're going to look at how they are similar and how they are different. It's a worksheet. Then after that, we have Lolli's Revenge. That's a conversation between two people. Then we have positive, negative connotation pairs. Yeah, we will look at 6 adjectives. How are they similar? How are they? Well, no. Actually, their feeling when you use these adjectives, is it a positive feeling or a negative feeling? And there's a worksheet too. So we have lots to do today. I hope you are ready to practice with me and with the chat. By participating in the chat, you are helping yourself and others at the same time. And you must be a subscriber to my channel to enter the chat. I do that to keep the bots out, to keep the spamming out, so we have a fun and safe place to practice our English together. So if you want to practice with us, if you want to help yourself and help others, subscribe to my channel, get into the chat, and have fun with us. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and start. And so we have an idiom, and the idiom is mix up. Mix up. That's our first activity. We have a worksheet as well. Mix up. Yeah, and that means to be confused. To be confused. to be confused. And I have an example sentence, and then we will look at our green team sentences, our members' sentences. However, my example sentence is, I always mix up their names because they sound so similar. I always mix up their names because they sound so similar, right? So I get confused who is who. Both those names are very similar and I get mixed up. Who is who, right? So I'll write my example sentence. Oh, similar. Okay, there's my example sentence, and then we'll look at the members worksheet. I always mix up their names because they sound so similar. I always mix up their names because they sound so similar, right? Mix up, get confused, right? They sound similar. Is it this word? Is it this person or that person? Okay. Hey, Mary's in the house. Good, good. Mary's here. Okay, let's look. And Hannah. Hello, Hannah. Okay, so let's look at the worksheet. Let's look at the example sentences, and then you'll make your own sentences. That's good, Helga. People often mix up twins. Yes, for sure. Especially identical twins. Yeah. They look identical. Okay, there is our worksheet. Let's make it larger, of course. Okay, there we go. So mix up, to be confused. And we have example sentences, right? We learn by examples, right? So the more examples there are, the more we'll be able to understand and remember. Okay, here we go. So Marion's sentence is, in the dark, Joe mixed up Sue for her younger sister. Oh no, that is dangerous. In the dark, Joe mixed up Sue for her younger sister. Lolli's sentence, don't mix me up with someone else. I wasn't there. That's what Lolli told the police. No, I'm kidding. Don't mix me up with someone else. I wasn't there. Lolli's here with us. We'll never mix up Lolli. And Tetsuro sentence, don't get mixed up about the meeting time. It's at 3 p.m., not 2 p.m. So don't mix up the times. It's at 3 p.m., not 2 p.m. Don't come at 2. The meeting is at 3. Rita. Now, Rita, she wrote in her sentence, yeah. So Rita pops in once in a while, and I'm happy she gave us her sentence. Here's Rita's sentence. Sometimes I mix up my dog's names. There are 9. Rita has 9 dogs. I would mix up their names as well. That's kind of like my right? All these dogs have names, and sometimes we can mix up the dogs. Okay, next is Mirena. Mirena's sentence. Don't mix up your career with your boyfriend's career. They could both end. Oh no, that's right. Boyfriends come and go. Marcos's sentence. People often mix up Joe for a famous Hollywood actor. Who is it? Who is that famous Hollywood actor? Tomas is here. Tomas is here with us. Here is Tomas's sentence. I was mixed up because of too many possibilities to solve a problem. Like the Rubik's Cube, right? That is hard to solve. And we have RAM. Okay, RAM sentence is, I mix up similar statements. I mix up similar statements, right? So if things are similar, it's easy to get them mixed up. Okay, that we have great example sentences by the green team, and then you write your own sentences, right? That's the worksheet. So let's see your sentences in the chat. So it's time for you, and you could see these example sentences, right? So if you need an idea, just look at the worksheet, get ideas from our green team. Okay, let's see the chat. Yes, Tomas. That's what I thought too. Mary, I forgot to make a sentence. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mary. I was happy to see Rita too. I was happy to see her sentence. Okay, Zara has a sentence. I mixed up between my daughter's twins because they are identical. Okay, so I mixed up my daughter's twins. My twin daughters. Okay, Zara, we have to change your sentence a little bit. Here we go. So we don't have to say between. Okay, Zara, I mixed up my twin daughters. I mixed up my twin daughters because they are identical. I mixed up my twin daughters because they are identical. I sometimes mix up my daughter's names. I'll call one of them by the other's name. But I fix it real quick. Oh yeah, no, you're not her. Sleepwalker, he mixed up the keys. He can't open the flat now. And I mixed up the day I was supposed to go to the doctor and went a day early. Mitra, don't mix me up. I think I'm on the right way. Don't mix me up. I think I'm on the right way. Zara, I mixed up my twin daughters because they are identical. Perfect, Zara. Sleepwalker, I never mix up Mark with other teachers on YouTube. Thank you. I'm the bald guy. Tomas, once I mixed up the days and forgot to go to work. Go to work. You thought it was Sunday, but it was actually Monday, right? You mixed up Sunday and Monday. Okay. Yeah, so forgot to go to work. Forgot to go to work. Mitra, sometimes I mix up random ingredients. Okay, Mitra, sometimes I mix up random ingredients for cooking. Sometimes I mix up random ingredients for cooking. Okay, Umesh, he mixed up hydraulic acid and sulfuric acid. Yes, Tomas. Helga, I try not to mix up the bus departure times from this stop, otherwise I might be late. I try not to mix up the bus departure time from the stop, otherwise I might be late. Okay, good, Helga. Samuel, several times I mixed up my username email with password email. Yeah, I know, Samuel. Me too. I mix up like which account is which password. Sleepwalker, don't mix up these phrasal verbs. The prepositions are different. Henna, I had soap in my eyes and mixed up a tea towel with a towel. And my husband mixes up cucumbers and zucchinis. He doesn't see the difference. Mary, sometimes I mix up English and Spanish. I always mix up in, at, on when I make sentences. Marcos, Sue mixed up the dates and missed the meeting. Oh no. Lolli, don't mix up the sugar and the salt when you are cooking. Oh, that is dangerous. You don't want salt. Yeah, that would ruin your meal. That would ruin the meal. Umesh, he mixed up the red bus from the yellow bus. Okay, good job. It's time for us to change activities. We're busy today. Good job, everyone. Nice sentences, fun sentences, right? So I think we can make interesting sentences using mix up because that means to be confused. So we could use our imagination when practicing this idiom in fun ways. So good job, everyone. Now, if you want to keep practicing this idiom, go ahead, but we are going to continue to our next activity, and that is listening with a twist. Number 2, listening with a twist. Listening with the twist, there's an original story, and then I will read 2 other stories. In each of those, there are changes from the first story. So we have our original story. And then we have 2 versions of the original story. Version 1. Version 2, right? So you have to listen for the changes. You have to listen for the changes. I will read the original story. You will listen to that carefully. I will read it 3 times. You are only listening to it, but then after I read it 3 times, we will read it together. Then in the first version, what are the changes? So you have to listen for changes in the story, right? Like maybe the first story had 6 a.m., but then the next story, right, the first version had a different time or had different activities, right? So you have to listen for those different activities, those different times, those changes. Yeah? Okay, so let's do it. This is your listening time. This is put on your ears for listening practice. So it is time to use your ears. Okay, so I have the story right here. You can't see it, right? You're listening. I will read it 3 times, but then we will read it together after that. Okay, so here we go. Please listen carefully. Okay, here we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sophie arrived at the airport 2 hours before her flight. She checked in her suitcase and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the gate. Before boarding, she bought a bottle of water. Her flight left on time at 10 a.m. Okay, here we go. Second time. Sophie arrived at the airport 2 hours before her flight. She checked in her suitcase and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the gate. Before boarding, she bought a bottle of water. Her flight left on time at 10 a.m. Okay, third time, last time, then we'll read it together. Sophie arrived at the airport 2 hours before her flight. She checked in her suitcase and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the gate. Before boarding, she bought a bottle of water. Her flight left on time at 10 a.m. Okay, that's the original story. Now let's read it together. Here we go, here we go. Oh, it's too big. Hold on, I gotta adjust the... Oh. Sorry. A little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. Let's read it together. Sophie arrived at the airport 2 hours before her flight. She checked in her suitcase and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the gate. Before boarding, she bought a bottle of water. Her flight left on time at 10 a.m. Okay, now the first version number 1. You have to listen for the changes. I will read it again, but there will be changes from the original story. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes. 5 changes. What are the 5 changes? Write them in the chat. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sophie arrived at the airport 3 hours before her flight. She checked in her backpack and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the lounge. Before boarding, she bought a coffee. Her flight left on time at 9:30 a.m. Okay, what are the changes? I'll read it again. I'm going to read it 3 times. Here's the second time. Sophie arrived at the airport 3 hours before her flight. She checked in her backpack and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the lounge. Before boarding, she bought a coffee. Her flight left on time at 9:30 a.m. Third time, last time, what are the changes? Write them in the chat. Sophie arrived at the airport 3 hours before her flight. She checked in her backpack and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the lounge. Before boarding, she bought a coffee. Her flight left on time at 9:30 a.m. Okay, here we go. Write the changes in the chat. Sleepwalker, and there are 5, right? 5. 3 hours. Backpack. Lounge. Coffee, 9:30. There's some jets flying over us. I'm not at the airport. I'm not at the airport. Okay, Helga. 3 hours before her flight, right? Backpack, lounge, coffee, 9:30. Lolli, 3 hours. Backpack, lounge, coffee, 9:30. Good, good. Okay, Mary, 2 hours, change to 3 hours. Samuel, 3 hours, backpack, lounge, coffee, 9:30. Zara, 3 hours, backpack, lounge, coffee, backpack. Okay, one more time, Zara. Okay, Mary, yes, suitcase, change to backpack. Gate, change to lounge. Water changed to coffee. 10 a.m. changed to 9:30 a.m. Yeah. Hannah, 3 hours, backpack, lounge, coffee, 9:30. Good. Yeah, okay, let's have a look. Let's read it together here. We could see the changes, right? Okay, let's read it together. Sophie arrived at the airport 3 hours before her flight. So 2 hours changed to 3 hours. She checked in her backpack. So suitcase changed to backpack and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the lounge. So waited at the gate changed to waiting at the lounge. Before boarding, she bought a coffee. So water changed to coffee. Her flight left on time at 9:30 a.m. So 10 a.m. changed to 9:30 a.m. Very good. Okay, great job. Now we're going to do version 2. So there are other changes, new changes. So again, what changed from the original story, okay? And there are more changes. Yes, more changes. Okay, I will tell you how many changes. 1, 2, 3. Now, there's a group of changes, like a phrase, right? Not just one word, but like 3-word phrase, a 3-word phrase, for example. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7. Okay, so here we go. What are the changes? Write them in the chat. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sophie arrived at the airport in the afternoon. She checked in a small bag and had her boarding pass on her phone. Then she went through security and waited in a bookstore. Before boarding, she ate a sandwich. Her flight was delayed until 5 p.m. So, right, there's like phrases there. Not just like one word. Like, for example, water changed to coffee, right? Not like that, but a phrase. Okay, here we go. Second time. Sophie arrived at the airport in the afternoon. She checked in a small bag and had her boarding pass on her phone. Then she went through security and waited in a bookstore. Before boarding, she ate a sandwich. Her flight was delayed until 5 p.m. Okay, one more time. This is the third time. Write the changes. Sophie arrived at the airport in the afternoon. She checked in a small bag and had her boarding pass on her phone. Then she went through security and waited in a bookstore. Before boarding, she ate a sandwich. Her flight was delayed until 5 p.m. Okay. I couldn't see the chat because I was reading the story. Oh, Lolli says, I don't have a good memory. There are lots of, like, some long phrases there, yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm looking at the chat. Helga, afternoon, small bag. On her phone, what was on her phone? What was on her phone? Oh, yeah, well, boarding, right? Okay, that's good, Helga. Yep, on her phone, bookstore, sandwich, delayed 5 p.m. Good. Okay, sleepwalker in the afternoon, small bag, had boarding pass on her phone, waited at the bookstore, ate a sandwich. Before boarding was delayed until 5 p.m. Okay, Helga, yeah, was delayed until 5 p.m. That's correct. Lolli had her boarding pass, bookstore, ate a sandwich, 5 p.m. That's good, Lolli. And afternoon arrival, small bag checked in, boarding pass on her phone, sandwich not water, waited in bookstore for delayed flight. Good, Anne. That's good, Tomas. Cheers. Cheers. Zara, in the afternoon, small bag, her phone, sandwich, bookstore, 5 p.m. Samuel, afternoon, small bag, her phone, waited in a bookstore, sandwich, delayed flight, 5 p.m. Yeah, so you know what you're doing, and that is fine. You're doing keywords, right? So actually, that is a great technique to remember. And if you have a presentation, if you have a speech, if you have to remember and then repeat, or not repeat, but you have to say something like a presentation, a speech. By remembering keywords, then you could just fill in the rest of the words, right? So the keyword is the main point. So by just remembering the key points, you can fill in the rest just with common sense, right? So what you did, many people did in the chat, they wrote the keywords, right? The key phrases. So that's perfect. That's good technique. And that means you understand, right? Okay, so let's look at the second version here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to make it a little smaller so you can see the numbers here. Okay, there you can see the whole thing now. Okay, let's look at the changes. Here we go. Sophie arrived at the airport in the afternoon. Okay, so 2 hours changed to afternoon. So 2 hours before her flight changed to afternoon. She checked in a small bag. So suitcase changed to small bag. And then got her boarding pass, changed to had her boarding pass on her phone. Then she went through security and waited in a bookstore. So waited at the gate changes to waited in a bookstore. Before boarding, she ate a sandwich. So bought a bottle of water, changed to ate a sandwich. Her flight was delayed until 5 p.m. So left on time at 10, changed to delayed until 5 p.m. Okay, great. Now we have just a few things to do here. Okay, what we're going to do now, let's read the three together, and then after that, you're going to read it yourself. So let's read it together now, all three stories together. We're just going to read them through together. Here we go. Sophie arrived at the airport 2 hours before her flight. She checked in her suitcase and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the gate. Before boarding, she bought a bottle of water. Her flight left on time at 10 a.m. Okay, story 2. Sophie arrived at the airport 3 hours before her flight. She checked in her backpack and got her boarding pass. Then she went through security and waited at the lounge. Before boarding, she bought a coffee. Her flight left on time at 9:30 a.m. Okay, story 3. Sophie arrived at the airport in the afternoon. She checked in a small bag and had her boarding pass on her phone. Then she went through security and waited in a bookstore. Before boarding, she ate a sandwich. Her flight was delayed until 5 p.m. Okay, good, good. So we read through the 3 stories. Now I want you to read on your own, read out loud so you're listening to your voice. So it's only you. I'm going to be quiet. You'll have silence. You'll have no sound from me. And you will read the 3 stories out loud so you can hear yourself use English. Okay, so I got 3 minutes. I'm going to turn off my mic so there's no noise for you. Okay, let's do it. Are you ready? Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. I'm turning off my mic. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, that was 3 minutes. Are we done? Are we okay? Okay, is everyone okay? Everything you see here is on my Patreon, so you can always support me on Patreon, get the worksheets. You have everything here. You'll have everything on your computer that's here. So if you want to double check things, if you want to study more on your own, all the worksheets, everything we do here is on my Patreon. Okay, good. Okay, Hannah, Lolli's okay, Sleepwalker, Helga, Zara, Tomas. Okay, great, great. Good to know. All right, so let's go to our next activity, and that is comparing vocabulary pairs. Vocabulary pairs, so words that are similar. Similar. Okay, here we go. Number 3. Comparing. Vocabulary pairs. And this is number 2. This is only the second one. So last week was the first time we did it. So today's the second time. Okay, and our pair is affect versus effect. If you know the differences between the two, write them in the chat. Or if you think you know, tell us in the chat. Affect versus effect. Affect, effect. Affect, effect. So we're looking at affect versus effect. Affect, effect. Yep. So affect is a verb and effect is a noun, yeah. Helga, effect is a result. Yep, it's a noun. So like the medicine had a terrible effect. Yep. Nice. Okay, I have a worksheet that will help us understand better. And then of course, you will make your own sentences using these vocabulary words. Sleepwalker, affect, influenced. And I always get these mixed up. I like effect is the impact of something. Yeah, that's correct. The result of something, yeah. Good. All right, so let's look at it. Yeah, so many people get these mixed up. Sometimes I have to think about it, right? So there's times when I'm writing a sentence or, it's like, okay, I have to like think about it for a minute, right? So it's not, they're very similar. And so I have to sometimes, think about, okay, yeah, that's the word I want to use, right? Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so comparing vocabulary pairs, affect versus effect. And then, word comparison table. Word, affect, it's a verb to influence or change something. Example, the weather can greatly affect your mood. Yeah, so if it's sunny and blue skies, we have maybe a positive attitude. Maybe we're in a good mood, but if it's cloudy, rainy, maybe we have a negative feeling, right? And maybe we're not in a great mood. Okay, our next is effect. It's a noun, result or outcome of something. The new law had a positive effect on the community. Okay, so the result, effect. Okay, so let's match. Let's do some matching here. So match each description to the correct word. Okay, so A, is it going to be affect or effect? The meaning, right? B, is the meaning going to be affect or effect? So I'm going to make it larger because maybe some of you have your phone and the print isn't very, it's only one page, so the print or the font is a little small. Okay, so here it is. The heavy rain changed how people felt. B, the new policy created a big improvement. Good, Sleepwalker. good, Lolli. Yep. So number one is affect. The heavy rain changed how people felt, right? So it resulted in how people feel, right? So it changed how they felt. So, okay, so Lolli has affect. Is it negative or positive? So it's not either. So it's not an adjective. So it's yeah. So it can have a negative or a positive effect. Okay, so yeah, so A is affect, B is effect. Okay, good, Lolli. Yeah, so they don't have, it's neither positive or negative. It's how you make the sentence. Okay, let's do fill in the blank here. Okay, so choose affect or effect to complete each sentence. Yeah, good, Helga. Okay, so put either affect or effect into those sentences. Which word is it? Which word should you use? Good, Lolli. For sure, Helga. It affects me. I need good lighting. So, and no, you want to use effect. My new medicine had several effects, some good, some bad. Okay, good. Let's look at the answers here. So the poor lighting can affect your ability to concentrate, right? So it can cause you to not be able to concentrate, right? Poor lighting can affect your ability to concentrate. 2, the medicine had a strange side effect on her. So it changed her. Your attitude will affect how others respond to you. Number 4, the speech had a lasting effect on the audience. Yep. Good, Helga. Yep, so poor lighting can affect your ability to concentrate. The medicine had a strange effect on her. Your attitude will affect others. Others respond to you. The speech had a long-lasting effect on the audience. So remember this, right? This is how you do it, right? So affect, influence or change, effect, the result of something, right? So the result. Okay, so one more time here. So affect, change, influence, change, and then effect is a result. Right? And so influence and result. Right? Poor lighting can affect, right? So influence your ability to concentrate, right? So it can change, right? It can affect your concentration, so it can influence that, right? So poor light might be difficult for you to concentrate where you know, like if you're outside, you know, sunlight, you might be able to concentrate better. And then 2, the medicine had a strange side effect on her, right? The result, after she took the medicine, she had a side effect, like it made her sleepy, or it made her stomach hurt, or it gave her a headache, right? So the result was a headache. The result was a stomach ache, maybe. Number 3, your attitude will affect how others respond to you. So if you are, you know, so the result of you being happy, smiling, other people will respond to you in a smile, right? So like I always say, smile, it will help you be happy, and you can affect other people, their happiness, right? So your smile will affect other people's, and so they will smile to you, right? So you can affect other people with your smile. And then number 4, the speech had a lasting effect on the audience, right? And so the result of the speech, people were, you know, happy, or they felt motivated, right? A motivated speaker. And so the result, other people will try to do better, right? So if you're giving a speech, a motivational speech, you know, like, okay, wake up early, have a good breakfast, right? And so you have good ways to help people. And so by telling them those good ideas, you can affect other people so that they will have good results. Okay, now this is the true mark, right? This is the true result. Using these 2 words in sentences, right? It's one thing looking at the other words, right? Okay, I see this word, I see that word. Okay, maybe it's affect. Or I see the sentence and okay, I can choose effect, right? Because you're looking at the sentence and you're kind of making an educational guess, an educated guess, where you have to make your own sentence using affect and effect. By doing that, if you can use these in a sentence correctly, that means you understand, okay? So that's the key. Can you use these in a sentence? Okay, so in the chat, let's make some sentences. Let's use affect and effect. Write one sentence using affect and one using effect. This is kind of like, like a test. Do you understand these two words? Okay, and the medicine had a strange effect on her. She turned blue. Everyone was affected when they saw her. Nice. Good, Zara. I'm affected by my teacher's words. Am I having an effect on you? Or actually, yeah. Am I affecting you in a positive way? Sleepwalker. The performance had a striking effect on the viewers. This affected their perception of the circus. Nicely done. Oh, good, Marcos. Her gloomy face affected the way I started my day. Now, what's interesting, and I truly believe this, and I think we should all do this. This is my thinking, that even if you are not feeling happy, if you're feeling a little gloomy, don't show it. Always smile. And by being gloomy and when you're with other people, you make them kind of not happy, right? Your gloominess can affect other people. And so even if you're a little gloomy, even if you're not happy, still smile. And that way other people will smile too, right? So in a way, it's kind of being selfish if you're not smiling, if you're not showing positiveness, if you just, if I go, hey, how are you? And you go, I'm not very good. And then it's like, now I'm not. Then I have to ask you, oh, what's the matter, right? Then it becomes centered on you, right? Then it becomes all about you. And so that's kind of selfish. That's not a good way to make friends and be friendly with people, right? So we're always a little gloomy, then and now, or we're not always happy. But when you see someone at the store, if you see someone in your neighborhood and they say hello, how are you today, right? And then just walk on your way, right? And so that person is happy too, right? So don't show your gloominess, right? Smile however you feel, and that is being kind to other people. Okay, so that's what Marcos's sentence is perfect in that sense, right? In that situation. So her gloomy face affected the way I started my day, right? So Marcos is like, he's not starting the day with a smile, right? Helga, was there any effect on your efforts? Yes, I was able to affect my destiny. Nice. Lolli, stress can affect both your physical and mental health. Good. Mary, the rainy weather affects my mood in a bad way. Yep, so always smile, right, Sleepwalker? Always smile. And smile and the world smiles with you. Yes, I believe it. I truly believe that. Samuel, just like, exercise has an effect, right? Exercise. And I think smiling also has an effect. So everyone knows that exercise is good for us. Exercise is healthy for our life. And I think smiling has the same effect. Okay, good, good. I'm looking at the clock. Great job, everyone. I think, everyone did great. So even though, I'm sure there are times when, it's like you're not sure which is which, right? It's like, which one do I use, right? So the key word is like influence. So affect is influence. Influence, right? And so your smile will affect other people. So your smile will influence other people to smile. And then effect is the result. So like, for example, medicine, the result, right? Effect, effect. So if you take this, so maybe if you buy medicine, they list the effects, right? It can cause drowsiness. It can cause, upset stomach. It can cause diarrhea, right? So the effects, the results, right? You take this medicine, what's the result? Stomachache. Or like you have a headache, you take aspirin, what's the result? It's gone. No more headache. It's a good effect, right? Or effect. So, so easy to mix up. So if you're not sure, look at your sentence and does it influence or does it have a result? Good, Tomas. And there's also little clues, there's little secrets, like Anne says, effect seems to be followed by on, effect on your mental health, effect on memory. Yeah, good. Yeah, so it's little clues you can think of. Like, and we call that like a collocation, words that go together, that's collocation. So effect on, yeah. Okay, let's continue. If you have questions, the chat people are, we have great people in the chat. We have knowledgeable people in the chat. They can help you if you have a question. And if I don't see your question, other people will help you. Lolli has good advice. She's a nurse. She says, don't take aspirin without doctor's prescription. What? Oh, collocation, yeah. No, it's a O, collocation. Sorry. It's this an O. Collocation. So words that go together, like bus stop, side effect, those words go together. Collocation, yeah. Thank you, Sleepwalker. Okay, good. So let's go to our next activity, and that's Lolli's Revenge. We have Lolli's Revenge right now. Okay, so and I'm going to erase this because I want to put Lolli's Revenge. Sleepwalker wrote the word in the chat. Okay, Anne. Oh, you're listening. Okay, you're learning. Great. Great. And collocations are interesting because sometimes people will use the wrong words together, right? So I always tell this story. In my town, there's a cafe, and the cafe's name is See Noise. See Noise, and it's like, those words do not go together. So real quick, it's always interesting. See Noise. Okay, and so these words do not go together. See Noise, it sounds very strange. See Breeze, that goes together, right? See Breeze. So when you see sea breeze, you know, it's a light wind over the ocean. It feels, oh, summertime. Oh, I love a sea breeze, right? It's refreshing. It has a nice smell, right? The ocean breeze has a nice smell. You could have like a margarita on the beach in the summer, in the evening with the sea breeze. And so you're in heaven, right? So it has a positive feeling. You know, you want to be there. You want to smell it. You want to be at the beach, right? See Noise, right? Noise, you're like, right? That's a negative. And you know, something noisy. You don't want to be around a noisy place. You don't want, you know, we don't like noise, right? So these two words do not go together, see Noise. So every time I drive by and I see it, I just go, oh, you should check a dictionary, right? Like see Noise. Of course, this is Japan, and they use English words because it sounds like they didn't understand the collocation, they didn't understand the meaning. They just the words. Oh, see, you know, maybe he wanted to use see something, but he chose See Noise to name his cafe. And I go, oh man. So anyway, so collocations are very important, right? Sea breeze has a positive feeling, where see noise has a negative feeling. And it just sounds very strange. Okay, let's go to Lolli's Revenge. Number 4, yeah, Lolli's Revenge, number 4. And for, Bahrain has a question here. That's difficult. Bahrain says, he has a question. Mark, what's the most famous expression that affects you negatively? Let me think about that. That's interesting. A famous expression that affects me negatively. Negative. Okay, of course there are, right? You hear something and it affects you in a negative way, for sure. Okay, let me think about that. So right now we're doing Lolli's. I will answer your question for sure. I need to think about it for a second. Okay, Lolli's Revenge. That is a conversation between Joe and Sue. There are 4 steps. Step 1 is the conversation. Then we have questions and answers. After that, we will read the conversation, and then we will shadow the conversation. So I will read the conversation 3 times. You will only listen to the conversation. It's listening activity. Then I will ask you questions about the conversation. So you need to listen carefully to answer the questions. Then we will read the conversation together, and then we will shadow the conversation. That is speaking practice. We will be Joe. We will be Sue. Okay? So there we go. Lolli, see noise, negative, sound see. Oh, yeah, those, we don't say that, Lolli. C sound? Let's see. The sound of the C, right? So you would say the sound of the sea. I love the sound of the sea. Oh, I can hear the sound of the sea, right? Oh, where do you live? Oh, I live in Nice. Oh, are you by the beach? Yes, I can hear the sound of the sea when I'm going to sleep. No, Helga, sea noise is not calming. It's the opposite. Noise, right? That is negative. We don't like noise. Okay, let's do Lolli's Revenge. Here we go. Perfect, Lolli. Yes, I can see the sound of the... Okay, yeah, we don't say that. I can say, hear the sound of the sea. Hear the sound of the sea. Okay, good, good, good. Yep. So I love the sound of the sea, the waves crashing on the beach, right? There you go, Lolli. Good, good, good. Okay, here we go. We are doing Lolli's Revenge. This is Joe, and this is Sue. When you see my thumb, this is Joe speaking. When you see my pinky, this is Sue speaking, okay? So I'm going to pull up the story. Now, you can't see it. I can see it. I can't see the chat right now. I can't see the chat because I'm looking at the conversation. I will read the conversation 3 times. You will listen carefully because there will be questions for you to answer. Okay, so Joe is first. This is Joe. And this is Sue. Here we go. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. The box? Why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, here we go. Second time. Joe's first. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. The box? Why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, here we go. Third time, last time, and then we'll have questions. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. The box? Why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, that was the conversation. I read it 3 times. I will check the box. Yes, Helga. That is correct. Okay, here we go. Question time. Yes, Sleepwalker, that is correct. Okay, question time. We got 4 questions for you. Question number 1. Who is Joe talking to? Who is Joe talking to? Who is Joe talking to? I'll put it here on the screen. You can see the question. There it is right there. Who is Joe talking to? Who is Joe talking to? Yes, Sleepwalker. Yes, Mitra. Hey, Mitra, how are you? Marcos, good. Mary, yes. Lolli, yes. A through Z store, perfect. Helga, good. Yes, Tomas, Zara. Hey, Seaton, long time no see. Seaton's in the house, hello. Seaton, yes. Anne, yes. Yes, Tomas. Samuel. Okay, great job, no problem. Okay, question number 2. Where does Joe have to send the box? Where does Joe have to send the box? Where does Joe have to send the box? Question 2. Where does Joe have to send the box? Good, Anne. Yes, Sleepwalker. Good, Lolli. Zara, yes. Yes, Helga. Good. Yes, Samuel. Hannah. Tomas. Mary. Yep. Good. Okay, here we go. Question number 3. Good, Marcos. Question 3. Why does Joe need to send it to the airport? Why does Joe need to send it to the airport? Why does Joe need to send the box to the airport? There we go. There's the question. Why does Joe need to send it to the airport? Yes, Sleepwalker. Yes, Anne. Good, Lolli. Mm-hmm. Good, Mary. Good, Mary. All right, nice. Yes, Samuel, because he mixed up the order. He mixed up his order. Good. Okay, we have one more. Okay, good, Tomas. Yep. Okay, so our 4th question. It's for you, your idea, your imagination. What is the mix-up? What is the mix-up? What is the mix-up? It's your freedom. You write what you think happened. What is the mix-up? What do you think was the mix-up? What's your idea? Number 4, what is the mix-up? So, Hannah, more detail. So I want you guys to explain the mix-up, right? So give more of an explanation, okay? Make a longer sentence. So what happened? Why was there a mix-up? What caused the mix-up? What is the situation? What's the story? Okay, Sleepwalker. The address on the box was different, but the delivery service brought it to Joe for some reason. Good, right? So we could see now what Sleepwalker did. She explained the mix-up, so now we understand better. Lolli. Joe mixed up the codes for the items he bought, so he received a different item. Good, good. So yeah, so explain the mix-up. So it's just your idea. So this is just practice for you. Maybe you can use like your own experience, right? Have you ever had a mix-up with shopping online, for example? Where it was your fault, not the store, but your fault. Helga, he mixed up size of his clothes or shoes, or he mixed up the code number of some item. Good. So I'll give you like two minutes, okay? So we'll go like 2 minutes, and then we'll go to, then we'll read the conversation together. Okay, 2 minutes. Write your sentence. 2 minutes. What was the mix-up? Okay, that's a big mix-up, huh, Tomas? You wanted to order a shirt, but mixed up and wrote a laptop instead. Oh, I just wanted a $10 shirt, but I mixed up the order and I got a $2,000 laptop. I didn't want to order a $2,000 laptop. That's good, Tomas. That's a big mix-up. I like it, Tomas. I like your thinking, Tomas. I like your humor, Tomas. I enjoy your humor, your creativeness. Okay, Marcos. Joe mixed up the size and received a sweater too big for him. And I got 2 of an expensive toy. It was a long weekend, so I couldn't cancel the order before it was sent out. I only wanted 1. You double-clicked. And my mouse went strange. Your mouse acted strange. It double-clicked. You ordered. You didn't want to, but you got to. Blame it on the mouse. I wanted a toy car, but I got a real one. Okay, good, Samuel. Joe ordered a pair of black speakers, but the color was yellow. Okay, good. All right, so nice. I always enjoy reading your original ideas. That's the best part of this. So I have questions from the conversation, of course, but I also want your original ideas, right? Those are the best. Okay, great. All right, so those were questions and answers. Let's check the box. Okay, now let's read the conversation. Let's look at the sentences. Yeah, and double-clicked. Hannah, the store mixed up Joe's order with other customers' orders. That's interesting. Yep. But that's the store's fault, right? The store did the mix-up. Not Joe, but the store did that. Okay, good. Let's read the conversation now. Hold on, what is... Okay. There it is right there. We gotta make it larger. Here we go. Let's read it together. I gotta make it a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. Let's read it together. Here we go. We'll read it 3 times together. Joe says, I want to return a box. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. The box? Why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, let's do it again. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. The box? Why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, let's do it one more time. Last time. And then we'll shadow. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. The box? Why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, there we go. That was the conversation. We read it 3 times together. So let's check the box. Okay, now it's time to shadow. It's time to say the sentences together, all right? You will not see the sentences. You will only listen and say them with me, okay? So you're using your you're using your listening skills and your speaking skills at the same time. Input, output, input, output, input, output. Here we go. Let's say the sentences together. I want to return a box. I want to return a box. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. I'm talking to the store. I'm talking to the store. What store? What store? What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. A through Z store. I made a mistake. A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. A little. I have to send this to the airport. A little, I have to send this to the airport. The box, why? The box, why? The box, why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. It's my mix-up, so I have to send it there. It's my mix-up, so I have to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? I don't understand. What did you mix up? I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, good, good, good. That was shadowing. We said the sentences together, right? We were Joe, we were Sue, yeah, so let's check the box. Okay, as you know, we always look at the sentences after we shadow, right? We always look at the sentences after we shadow. So let's have a look at them just one more time here. Okay, so let's look at the sentences. Let's say the sentences one more time. I want to return a box. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to the store. What store? A through Z store. I made a mistake. Is there a problem? A little. I have to send this to the airport. The box? Why? It's my mix-up, so I need to send it there. I don't understand. What did you mix up? Okay, good, good, good. All right, so that was Lolli's Revenge. We like Lolli's Revenge because there's a lot for you to do, right? You have to listen, you have to answer questions, you have to read and then shadow. So it's a great activity. Lots of great practice for you. That is Lolli's Revenge. Okay, we have one more activity that is positive, negative connotation pairs. We're looking at 6 adjectives and we're using, we're deciding if it's a positive adjective or a negative adjective, right? Adjectives describe nouns, things, and we can use positive adjectives or negative adjectives, right? Like, are you happy? Yes, happy. Are you sad? Sad, right? So adjectives have positive feelings and negative feelings or connotations. Okay, that's number 5. Positive, negative connotation pairs. Right, so we're looking at 2 adjectives that have the similar meaning. They have similar meanings, but the feelings are negative and positive, okay? And so our adjectives are polite and overly formal. We have optimistic, optimistic and unrealistic. We have determined and hesitant. Okay, so there we go. So these have similar meanings, but one is positive, one is negative. So we have polite, overly formal, optimistic, unrealistic, optimistic, unrealistic, determined, hesitant, determined, hesitant. Okay, so we have a worksheet, actually 3 pages. So we have activities using these adjectives, yeah. So let's look at the first page here. Here we go. Gotta make it larger. Okay, let's look at, we can make it larger. Here we go. Okay, we have determined and hesitant. Determined is positive, strong-willed, not giving up. Hesitant, negative, unsure, slow to act. Then we have polite versus overly formal. Polite, positive, showing respect and good manners. Overly formal, negative, too stiff or unnatural in behavior. Optimistic versus unrealistic. Optimistic, positive, hopeful about the future. Unrealistic, negative, not practical or possible. Okay, so now we're going to match in here. Okay, so match the negative word with the positive partner. Make it a little bit larger. Here we go. In the chat, match. What's the positive partner of hesitant? What is the positive partner of overly formal? What is the positive partner of unrealistic? Okay, sleepwalker, hesitant, determined, good. Good, Lolli, yeah. Okay, Mary has overly formal. Its positive partner is polite, that's correct. And Lolli says 3 is B, unrealistic, and its positive partner is optimistic. Good, good, good. That's right. Okay, let's go to our next. Okay, now I gotta make it smaller. Gotta make it smaller now. Okay, are we okay? We got them. Okay, here we go, cool. All right, so choose the best word. So remember, so here, remember the vocabulary, the adjectives. We have polite, overly formal, optimistic, unrealistic, determined, hesitant. One more time. Polite, overly formal, optimistic, unrealistic, determined, hesitant. Okay, so these are the words we're using, the adjectives for the worksheet here. What's A? Okay, so She was determined about passing the test, so she studied hard. Good. She was determined about passing the test, so she studied hard. Okay, Lolli? So B, he felt hesitant when asked to make a quick decision. Yes. Seaton, good. Yes, Seaton. C, the manager stayed optimistic even when sales were low. Yes, Lolli, good. So D is unrealistic. That's right. Their plan was unrealistic because it required too much money. Good, Sleepwalker. Yes, Marcos. It's always polite to say thank you. Good, Lolli. Mary. Yeah, good, Anne. Yep. Hello, Costa Magna. So Sleepwalker, good. So F is over formal, or overly formal, overly formal. His speech was so overly formal that people felt uncomfortable. Good, good, good. So Mary, F is overly formal. Yep. Okay, good. All right, let's go to our next page. Well done, everyone. No problemo. You guys did good. Okay. Yeah, Lolli, his speech was so overly formal that people felt uncomfortable. Okay, good, Mary. All right, so let's go to the second page. More practice. Okay, here we go. Make it larger. Let's make it larger, larger. Here we go. Okay. Rewrite each sentence using a more positive word. Rewrite each sentence using a more positive word. Good, Seaton. Good, Lolli. Yeah, Mary, he is determined to make decisions. Yeah. He's determined to make decisions. We could say, like make good decisions. Or the right decision. He is optimistic to make decisions. Okay, Seaton, you can say that, but I think determined is better. He is determined to make decisions. Because, you know, some people they have a difficult time making decisions. So hesitant, right? He is hesitant to make decisions. So what should I do? I don't know, right? And if you're hesitant, then you could people lose confidence, right? If you're like a manager, if you're an owner, you need to be determined to make decisions. You can't be hesitant because you'll lose your coworker's confidence. Oh, that guy, he can't, he's always hesitant. He can't make decisions. He shouldn't be a manager. He can't make decisions. Okay, her email sounded polite. Yeah, okay, good. Her email sounded polite. Good. Their plan is optimistic. Good, Marcos. All right, nicely done. Okay, now our next part, you're going to write whether the adjective is positive or negative, and we have new adjectives. Okay, I got to make it smaller. So we have new adjectives. We added. Okay, I know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to keep it large, but I'm going to have to move the worksheet around here. Okay, so here we got our new adjectives. Resolute, resolute. And that is determined, right? Steadfast, that means determined. Wavering, that is hesitant. Reluctant, that is hesitant. Courteous, right? That's polite. Respectful, that's polite. Stiff, right? That's overly formal. Stilted, overly formal. Hopeful, that's optimistic. Upbeat, that's optimistic. Naive, that is unrealistic. Impractical, unrealistic. Okay, let's see. Yep, resolute, that's a positive. Good, Lolli. Steadfast, that is a positive. Wavering, that's right, negative. Wavering, that is hesitant. Yeah, negative, wavering. Reluctant, that's right, that's negative. Courteous, yes, good, Lolli. That's positive, right? That's being polite. Stiff, right, that is a negative. That is overly formal, overly formal. Stilted, right, that's a negative. That is overly formal. Hopeful, yes, that's positive, good. Stilted is not positive, that's negative. Hopeful, yes, that is positive. Yep, upbeat, cheerful, positive, good. Yes, helpful for sure is positive. That's a big positive. Yeah, impractical is negative. Yeah, naive. That means you have no experience. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, you don't know the world. You're naive. You're in your bubble. You don't know anything. You haven't left your town. You are naive. You don't know the real world. Yeah, good, Seaton. Good, Anne. So overly formal, overly formal. But you could overly polite, that's fine. You can use that. Okay, good, good. So we have one more page, and we're going to use these in a sentence. So we have one more page to do, and you're going to make sentences. So of course, we're here to practice, yeah. So this is the last one. Here we go, make sentences. Okay, so I'm gotta make this much larger. There we go. Okay, let's start here. And what I'm going to do, because of time, I'm looking at the time, so what I'm going to do is each set, you don't have to write a sentence for each one. You can, right? So you can get the worksheet on my Patreon. But I'm going to go 3 minutes for each section, okay? When we hear the buzzer, beep, 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 then I'm going to move the worksheet, okay? So I'm going to have 3 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 minutes for that group of adjectives. So write sentences in that group, okay? And then after 3 minutes, I'll move the worksheet for the second group, okay? So put 3 minutes and make sentences in that group that you see. Okay, ready, start. So in that group, resolute, steadfast, wavering, reluctant, courteous, respectful. 3 minutes, use those adjectives to make sentences. Good, good, Sleepwalker. One resolute step can change your life. Helga, she was very resolute, reaching her goals. The roof was steadfast even during the storm. Good. Good, Helga. Don't be wavering. Make an order. Make a decision. Marcos, she was reluctant to admit that she had made a mistake. Yep, we say like some people, oh, we have to do something to save face. Yeah. And she said she wanted to live in Korea, but now she is wavering. Good, good. Ah, nice, Samuel. I am resolute to improve my English. Fantastic. Sleepwalker, before making important decisions, do not waver. So wavering, you would just say waver for your sentence, Sleepwalker. So before making important decisions, do not waver. Okay, Seaton, he is resolute about his decision. Good. Lolli, I am resolute to speak fluent English one day. I think you do it. I think now, Lolli. I think you're fluent now. We should Zoom, Lolli. I would like to hear your English. Let's Zoom, Lolli. Let's speak together. Helga, the boy is very respectful. Everyone likes him. Sleepwalker, he was reluctant to leave his old house. Oh, and it is courteous to give an old person your seat on the bus. Marcos, it's difficult to be courteous when someone is yelling at you. Come on, Lolli, let's Zoom. Let's Zoom. Okay, let's move the, we'll go 3 more minutes, the next group. There we go, 3 minutes. Go, write your sentences. 3 minutes, and then we'll do the quiz on top of the chat. On top of the white box, there is a sentence on top of the chat, in the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. Choose the best word. We'll do that in 3 minutes. In the meantime, oh, Lolli, don't be shy. I've known you for a long time, Lolli. We've been here together for a long time. Don't be shy. Okay, Sitin, I'm surprised this time she is reluctant. And she is a steadfast friend, not a fair weather friend. Good. Sitin, this solution is impractical. What a courteous man. Sandro. Mark is one of the respectful person that I have ever seen. Sleepwalker, he is a stiff person and fired many workers. And I like her. She's naive but upbeat and respectful. Okay, good. Yeah, naive is just, you know, you don't want to be naive. That means, you know, you're kind of living in your dream world, right? You have like your fantasy world. Don't be naive. Be more practical. Be in the real world. Don't be naive. The world is a dangerous place. Don't be naive. Helga, I'm sometimes naive and impractical. Sleepwalker, he is hopeful for a better future. 30 seconds until we do the quiz on top of the chat. If you haven't voted, if you haven't done the quiz on top of the chat, do it now. Okay, so stilted, that is over formal. So stilted, someone who is stiff and kind of a stick in the mud. So my sentence, let's see, let me think for a second here. He lacks humor. Let's see, he's stilted and doesn't understand he doesn't understand the joke because he's stilted. He can't enjoy the company party. He's so stilted, or he can't even he can't even have a laugh. Yeah, stilted. His speech was stilted because he was so nervous. Yeah, good. Helga, I don't like stiff and stilted people. Good. Yeah, kind of like a more casual, or maybe a more used word would be stick in the mud, like an idiom, stick in the mud. Right, so no sense of humor, not fun. Not a fun person, not a happy person. They're stilted, they're stiff, they're a stick in the mud, pessimistic, I don't know. You're welcome, Sleepwalker. Okay, good job, everyone. Okay. Oh, Helga, the plan was hopeful and upbeat. I like it. Sleepwalker, a tough person, not easygoing. Yeah. Right. Stilted is not easygoing, right? Yeah, Samuel, I am really hopeful to resettle in the US. I am too, Samuel. And you're doing it the right way. Trump is taking out all the, illegal. So you're doing it the right way, Samuel. So Samuel, he's trying to get in, he's trying to get his green card. He's trying to get his paperwork to immigrate to the US. So Samuel's kind of like in limbo right now. So he's been in the middle for a long time, and but I keep giving him encouragement where he's doing it the right way. It's a long process. It's a difficult process because many people want to go there. Many people want to go to the US for a better job, for a better life, right? And so there are people who take the shortcut, right? People get there without, taking the legal way. And so Samuel's doing it the right way. So by doing it the right way, you're going to have a better your future will be better. Your future will be better. So keep doing it, Samuel. You'll get there, right? Okay. Good. Samuel, I love you. Mwah. You'll get there, buddy. Just hang in there. I know it's tough and difficult. I feel for you for sure. Okay. Let's do it, everyone. On top of the chat, there's a white box. In the white box, there's a sentence. In the sentence, there's a missing word. Choose the best word. Let's check it out. Okay, I need some water here for my throat. All this talking, and I can't cough because the mic is right here. So here we go. Are you ready for the quiz? All right. The sentence is, at the airport, after checking in, passengers go through. At the airport, after checking in, passengers go through. Choose the best word. Shopping, parking, waiting, security. Does the sentence go like this? At the airport, after checking in, passengers go through shopping. At the airport, after checking in, passengers go through parking. At the airport, after checking in, passengers go through waiting. At the airport, after checking in, passengers go through security. Is it shopping? Is it parking? Is it waiting? Is it security? Choose the best word. Good luck. Yes, Lolli. Yes, Helga. Zara. Sleepwalker. You got it correct. The sentence is, at the airport, after checking in, passengers go through security. Samuel, just keep, when you finally get the papers, when you are finally there in the US, I'll be so happy, Samuel. I will probably cry. I'm for sure I will cry when you finally make it. Yes, Samuel, it is security. Thank you, Zara. You too. Henna, it is security. You guys got it. Great job. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you guys being here. We did it. You did it. We used our idiom. We did worksheets. We did conversations. We did adjectives. We did a lot of practice today. Good job. I really had fun. I hope you had fun too. You guys had great sentences in the chat. Lots of great English sentences. So you're doing a great job, and you're helping others. So help yourself, help others, practice in the chat. That is fantastic. And I will be back on Thursday, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know what time, because if I'm going to be live tomorrow, that means I have to make a lesson plan, and that takes time. So I'm not sure exactly. I'm going to try tomorrow. I'm going to try, but I don't know what time. I did it on Monday, right? Lolli was there. So I saw Lolli on Monday. That was great. That was yesterday, right, Lolli? Today's Tuesday. I saw you Monday. So maybe I'll do it tomorrow at that time too, Lolli. So just have to look at my schedule, see what's going on tomorrow. But for sure, I'll be back on Thursdays at 10 and then Sundays at 10. So this is my normal schedule. I'm on summer break right now. So my schedule is flexible right now. I go back in the middle of September. So I still have a few more weeks of summer break. So I will do more live stream classes than normal. This is my normal schedule. But anyways, I'm happy you're here with me today, and I hope to see you soon. And please tell your friends and share my videos, like my videos. I need help because YouTube has not been promoting my videos, so everything's going down. So anyways, so if you can help me by promoting my videos, by sharing my videos, that would be a big help. So anyways, Ella's here. Hello, Ella. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, Lolli says, join the friendly green team. Thank you, Lolli. Yeah, so join the channel. That would be fantastic. Also, I have a Patreon. Get all the worksheets that we do here. Support me there so I can support you here. And yeah, you know the routine. Everything's in the descriptions, and I will be back very soon. And please smile. We talked about that today, right? When you smile, you help other people smile. So smile, love and peace, stay healthy, be safe, and I love you, and I will see you soon. Let's count down and say goodbye together. Here we go. Thank you, everyone. I see the great comments. I see you guys saying thank you to me. I appreciate it. I thank you even more because without you, there's no reason for me to be here. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for your positive words. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your time. Okay? Okay, here we go. We are going to count down and say goodbye. Oh, Ella. Ella has internet issues. I hate to see that. Okay, here we go. We are counting down and saying goodbye together until next time. Yeah, soon, soon, soon. Okay, here we go. Let's count down together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Love and peace. Smile, be healthy, stay safe. I will see you soon. Take it easy. Bye. Thank you.